Jamsource magazine, and I'm Miss Ssugah. I'm here on behalf of the magazine with Carolyn Baker, and we're here today to talk with Houston's own legendary, world-renowned Mr. Tighten Up himself, Mr. Archie Bell.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Ssugah.
And it's a pleasure to have you. We're going to jump right in. You started out in, was it 1968? Or is that when Tighten Up was released?
No, I started around 1961. The first band that I worked with was out of Cashmere. The first year Cashmere going to school opened up, I attended Cashmere High School. And the band was under the direction of Comrade Johnson, which was my hero. And the first band that I worked with was his son, Bubba Johnson, was the bass player in the band with a guy named Gary Cooper, Timothy McWright, and a few other fellas. And the band at the time was called America's 1961. Every time the year would change, it would be America's 1962 or so forth. And after a few years, they changed it to just the Young Americans. But I had a great experience, with working with the band and with Comrade Johnson, because he affected and taught a lot of people, a lot of people responsible. Right now they have Thunder Soul, it's a product of hundreds of people that Comrade Johnson, worked at. But they changed the zoning laws over in Phyllis Wheatley, and everybody who lived on the south side of Crane had to go to Wheatley. So after the first year, I levitated over to Phyllis Wheatley. But even though when they had the talent shows at Cashmere or whatever school they had at Worthing, Yates or whatever, we always would, get into the first, get on the talent shows, and most of the time we won first place. And the group really started at E.O. Smith Junior High School over there off of Lyons, and it was Gregg Street at the time. And that's when the Drills formed together, and we started there. We used to sing in the Glee Club and the boys' chorus there, and under the direction of Miss Consuela Moorhead. And then when we transferred to Wheatley, we ended up with Mr. Frederick Harvey, which was he was an excellent musician. I learned a lot of things from Mr. Harvey because I had never seen a black man play Mozart, and all those old artists, back in the day. And he really influenced me in a lot of ways. But I had a lot of, great people from the beginning. And when I started off, I was like a blues singer.
Okay.
Tighten Up was totally different.
Okay. So, what was the first label or the first person that provided us with Mr. Archie Bell?
Well, the first label I was on by Skipper Lee Frazier with the KCH radio station. He had a record label called OV. He had about 10, 11 different artists on the group. TSU Turn artists, Masters of Soul, quite a few other artists on the label and everything. And we were the main guys on the label. We went in the studio with the TSU Turn artists, playing the music to Tighten Up. When I heard it and everything, I had an idea to do a song. We used to use Tighten Up like a slang word, like word up or right on.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, we got together and I put some words to Tighten Up. And what made me do that, we stand over here off North Greg. We stand at the embassy apartment. I had just got a letter from Uncle Sam. I knew they was gonna get me, and I think I was at one of the most depressed time in my life. And I was laying on the couch and I was rooming with the guy, one of the Drills, Billy Butler. He came came in the door and the radio was on. He started doing a little dance, and right then I forgot about, my problem. But Uncle Sam was trying to get me. And about 2 weeks before that, we were working in San Antonio, and I heard a disc jockey say nothing good came from Texas because of President Kennedy's assassination. So that's why when I say, all right, everybody, I'm Archie Bell, the Drills from Houston, Texas. We now on the same, but we dance as good as we want. That's why I put that line in there, not knowing that it was going, be such a big hit as it was, and everything. That's how that came about. But I wanted the people to know that something did come from Texas, and it was Archie and
All right.
Tighten Up.
Well, you did a great job of proving that. Now, I want to know, out of all of the things that you've gone through, and it looked to me like you've had an extensive career. I want to know, did you have any struggles or any conflicts within yourself that made you want to say, I'm done?
Well, when we first started, got on the road and everything, and I was in the military when Tighten Up went gold, and I didn't get a chance to get out of the military and come back, you know, while the record was hot as it was. And I got a chance to come on leave a few times and record a couple other albums on Atlantic label, but Gamble and Huff was our producers at the time and everything. But it's always conflict in this business. You know, when we first went on the road, when they would say Archie and the Drills, when we went on the stage, all you could hear was people screaming, so like all you could hear was a foot pedal on the bass drum, you know. That went on for a few weeks, and I said, oh, this is not gonna work, you know. After a while, things kind of settled down. We was able to perform and do shows like we did, but it's always been trouble with record companies, you know, managers and everything. It's always things come up that you don't see from the beginning, but later on you find out that people did illegal things, you know.
Right.
Everybody in the business got robbed some kind of way, you know, dealing with this business, you know. But I had a great career. I don't have any complaints. I got a lesson that you can't learn in college.
Okay.
I've been all over the world, and this is something that I got my degree in sociology, PhD degree because of personal things, and even the music. I got my PhD in music and everything. With the Gamble and Huff, when I went to Gamble and Huff and everything, and saw how they work. It was just like me going to college, you know.
Okay. So you were with Atlantic Records and Philadelphia International Records.
Well, I was with Atlantic Records from the beginning.
From the beginning.
And we were working. I came home on leave from the military. We was working in a place called Lawnside, New Jersey, a club called Loretta's Hi-Hat. After the first show, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff came in the dressing room and said, "Hey man, we really like that Tighten Up affected everybody." They didn't know what, you know, where that kind of music come from Texas, but it was really Texas funk, you know, like a jam. They said, "We want to produce something." I didn't know who Gamble and Huff was, so I called Skipper Lee and told him about it. And Skipper Lee said he called Atlantic Records. Atlantic Records seemed excited, so that's how. We got to do I Can't Stop Dancing. There's going to be a showdown. I Can't Stop Dancing was the first one that they did. We was on Atlantic label, but they were our producers.
Okay.
And I did I Can't Stop Dancing, and there was going to be a showdown. Song that I wrote along with Tom Bailey and Huff called Girl, You're Too Young. I wrote several on that particular album and everything, but after we did Tighten Up and everything, and like I say, if you listen to Tighten Up and I Can't Stop Dancing, they're in the same key, but the only difference between Tighten Up and I Can't Stop Dancing had verses. Tighten Up was like a jam, you know, like a house party. And I always ask people, I always ask people, I say, what is it, why did you like Tighten Up? Man, it seemed like y'all was having a jam, you know. And that's the kind of thing I always wanted to do. I wanted to do songs that uplifted people. I've been singing the blues all my life, you know, ever since things started. And, I got tired of singing the blues because I was living everywhere you went, you know, through segregation. We went out there when a lot of things were segregated. Right. I seen a lot of things that I wasn't pleased with, you know, and everything around the country. There were places that we worked all over the United States that white people would go, but black people wouldn't go.
I was going to ask you, you know, you watch the movies and then you talk to other artists, and did you have a lot of issues during that time?
Oh, yeah. We worked at a lot of places. I remember a place in South Bend, Indiana. I never will ever get it. In Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We did a show and everything, and the promoter refused to let the black people in. They let these police dogs out on the people, you know. And then we refused to go on, so they let the people in. The people came in with the dogs that tore their clothes. You know, that's how bad they wanted to see the group, you know. the police had let dogs loose on him, and we told the promoter, said, if you don't let these people in, we can't do no show. You know, Ray Charles went through the same thing, you know, in Atlanta, Georgia, when they blackballed him from Georgia, because they refused to let black people into the show. We went through a lot of places, different places, Kansas, Iowa, and different places. Some places you went to, you know, most of the places you went to were black clubs, right. You know. And later on, Tighten Up got so big, we started, ended up 60% of the clubs we worked in were white, you know, right. Which was really great.
So would you say you were one of the first crossover artists?
Yeah, you know, Tighten Up was, back in the day, you had to sell 1 million copies before your song crossed over. But Tighten Up was so big and everything, and they didn't classify it as being an R&B tune, they classified it in the top 40, you know. So in other words, selling it went automatic. The first year the Tighten Up was released, it sold 12 million copies. You know, and today I don't know what that record is, but
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
But how many singles, just single songs all together, whether it's albums, on compilations, how many songs do you think you have at this point in your discography?
I got about 38 singles, 29 is top 100. Okay. Something like, you know, that had a long period of time, you know. And all the stuff, the first album we did, I Can't Stop Dancing, where they had my balloons going up, and a song called My Balloons Going Up, and was written by Campbell and Hubbard. That was a big song for us in England. Here I Go Again, and My Balloon was going up, and it was a big song, but Tighten Up was just being released all over Europe. I think Sony bought all the catalogs, Atlantic Records and Philly International. They just released international, nationwide, all over the world. Really.
Can you take us on let's say, I was going to ask you for a 5-day, but take us on a 3-day tour with Archie and
Well, we would like leave Houston, like going to West Coast. We did 9 months and 1 night this month. I was about 25 then, but we left Houston, from Houston, Austin to San Antonio to El Paso. And if we left Houston, if it wasn't about 200 miles from here to like Austin, you know, we would stay overnight. But if the next year was like 500 miles or more, we would leave after the show that night, you know, and stay in that area. But we worked all the way up to California, all the way up to Washington State, across the United States, back down to Maine, Rhode Island, down, you know, right down back to New York, you know, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, right back into Louisiana, Texas, the South, and back into Texas, yeah. And we were having fun and a good time, you know, and young guys, you know, it was something different and new to us, you know, and we would be on the road, and the song would come on the radio and everything. We would jump out of the park and jump on the side of the road and start dancing, you know.
Well, you weren't the only one jumping out. We were jumping out. We were all jumping out, so. So you had quite a, you know, pretty good experience on the road. Most of it was good, overall.
Yeah, about 50, you know. 50% and everything with segregation. A lot of things that, the police and law officials, you know, hassle us to do things, you know. And we was on the road driving one time, and this big red, I think it was in Arkansas, this big redneck police came up to the car. My brother was driving. He said, "You got your license handy?" My brother fell in front of me. He said, "I got my license, but my damn name ain't handy." And they put everybody in jail, you know. They said, what y'all next year? We were supposed to be going to Pine Bluff or something. And they said, what time y'all go on tonight? And they said, we said 10 o'clock. So they let us out of jail about 1. But we weren't supposed to perform that night. We were supposed to perform the next night. That's how we got out of there. But they didn't charge us for anything. They were just harassing us, you know.
Okay, I have one more question. Can you tell us something that nobody knows about your music career?
Well, the only thing that I could think of is nobody knows that I started singing in church when I was 5 years old. And a blues singer. I started out singing the blues at a very, very early age. And it's just one of those fantasies, you know, that what happened to me is like a fantasy. I'm still reeling at the time and day now how people are still into my music all over the world, you know.
Well, what you did not tell them is that you also did country.
Oh yeah. I grew up I was born in Henderson, Texas. My people moved to Houston from when I was about 9 months old. I used to ride around in old 484 with my grandpa, and he would be playing Hank Williams, people like Hank Snow, and all those people and everything. And I always loved the country songs. I heard country songs on the radio before I heard black music on the radio. Here in Houston, you know, they had maybe 2 days out of the week they would play, you know, R&B and stuff for like an hour or two on the weekend, maybe on the Thursday or something like that. But I grew up listening to all Jim Reeves, Marty Roberts, all those people. I love the music. It was great music. And there's nothing different between country western music and R&B or either rhythm and blues. All they do is change the name. You know, that's all they're doing to it, you know. And the only difference that really make the difference in music is steel guitar. You know, if you take steel guitar, the same can be R&B automatically. And a lot of people don't realize R&B don't mean rhythm and blues, it means rhythm and beat, because the drum was the first instrument. And the white people took a white man's lyric and put it to a black man's beat. Then they changed it to rockabilly, you know.
Okay. Well, I think that we are almost out of time, and we do want to thank Miss Carolyn Baker of Jamsource Runway magazine.
Absolutely.
For having you here and giving me the honor to speak with the legend. That's awesome. And it was a pleasure hearing everything that you've done, everything that you shared with us, and it was great with you sharing your life and your story with us.
I really enjoyed them. I thank y'all for having me there, because the true story has to be told. You know, there's been a lot of innuendos and things running around the country, but when you hear from the source, you already know it.
Well, Jamsource magazine is the one good story.